Welcome to the Little Beading Closet. I'm Sherry. These helix style seed bead bracelets rely on right angle weave to get started and are a great way to show off 4mm beads. This bracelet is quick and easy to make. I'll teach you how to make the monochrome version today so you can then play with color until your heart's content. For the bracelet today, I'm going to be using 4mm round beads. Although you can also use 4mm bicones along the edge if you'd like, along with size 11 seed beads. And I recommend using a clasp that has a single pointed connection here on the end. Feel free to add a pair of wire guards if you'd like. You can use a size 10 or 12 beading needle. And today I'll be using Fireline and Smoke .008. Start out with 6 feet of thread on your needle. Pick up 4 of your size 11 seed beads and bring them down near the end of your thread. I'm going to leave about an 8-inch tail so I can add my clasp later. Needle back through all 4 of the size 11 seed beads that you added. And then come back into the first one. And you have 1 right angle weave unit. My tail is coming out on one side of the bead and my working thread on the other. I want to go ahead and move my working thread over here to this bead on the end. And since this is right angle weave, I do needle through my beads one at a time. Coming through the first one, and then into the one here on the end. I want to make a total of 4 right angle weave units, so I'll go ahead and pick up 3 more seed beads, come back into this bead here on the end, opposite of the way my thread is coming out of, and pull those up next to the rest. When I work on right angle weave, I'm always turning it in my hand so it's easiest to hold and come through 1 bead at a time into the next one, and then step into the one here on the end. I have 2 units together. Pick up 3 more size 11 seed beads, come back through this bead here on the end, pulling everything together. And again, like I said, I'll be turning it in my hand so it's easiest to needle through 1 bead at a time until you're coming through the bead here on the end. I have 1, 2, 3 right angle weave units, picking up 3 more seed beads, coming through this bead here on the end, and needle up to the end. And I'm not going to worry about it being super neat at this point. With the 4 units together, I'm going to turn it in my hand and look at it at this direction. You'll see that you have 4 beads sticking out on this side, and again 4 beads on this side. Go ahead and needle into the first bead. Then pick up 2 11s, 1 4mm, and 2 more 11s, and come into the last sticking out 11 on this side. The true shape won't come together until you get a little further along, so don't worry about it too much now. Come through this bead here on the end, turning the work of my hand. You want to repeat the same thing on this side, so go ahead and step into the first 11. Again, picking up 2 11s, 1 4mm and 2 11s. Needle into the last 11 here along the side. And through the one here on the end. And now when you get to this point, you can see the shape coming together. We're going to add 4 more units of right angle weave. So pick up 3 more size 11 seed beads, come back through this one here on the end that your thread is coming out of. That's 1 unit, and you just want to make a total of 4 right angle weave units. I have all 4 of my right angle weave units added. I'm going to turn the work in my hand, come through the first size 11 on the side. Again, picking up 2 size 11s, a 4mm and 2 11s. You're needling into the last one here on the side. And then go ahead and come through this one here at the end between the 2 units, turning the work in my hand, needle into the first one on this side. Again, picking up 2 11s, a 4mm and 2 11s, needle into the last 11 here on this side. And then come into the one here on the end. As you can tell, this will be a very quick and simple bracelet to make. Just continue working on the length of your bracelet until you get to the point where you're ready to attach your clasp. Coming out of the end of my seed bead, I'm going to pick up 3 more of my size 11 seed beads and 1 end of my clasp. You could use a wire guard, but I decided not to for this project. So I'm just going to come through my clasp. And then I want to needle back through the 3 seed beads I just added. And when I get down here to this one that my thread is coming out of, I just want to come into it the opposite direction. Turning the work in my hand. And I'm going to come into this right angle weave unit right here. So I'll come into this first one through here, turning this in my hand. I'll come up this other part of the right angle weave unit. And back through the one here on the end. Needle back through the 3 seed beads towards your clasp. And then come through your clasp. And back down the 3 seed beads again. The nice thing about working with Fireline is it's extra thin, so you should be able to come through and do that a few times before knotting and tying off your thread. As always, I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoy picking out the colors for your next beading project.